All right, it is officially done. All right, guys. So this is my mortise, and yeah, it's not exactly pretty, but it's 1.5 inches. That's what I was looking for. So don't really have the tools to do this, unfortunately. So what I'm using is a 7/8 bit. And I actually broke that bit. Had to back it out with a wrench. Yeah. So, and what I did here, I'm trying to do something and speak at the same time. It's hard to get words. Yeah, so what I did is I took this 7/8 bit and I ran down at the end. I did like 1 or 2 in the middle. And then I used a router and I routed it. And I got it down to where I wanted it. So I only want it, I want it 1.5 inches. Normally I would do 2, but I would like to have the mortise coming this way also, so that I don't want to have them like, well, I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure of how, if that's, the right thing to do. So I did get a little carried away right there. All right, so now I'm just going to transfer my lines. Two inches. Go 1/2 inch there. 1/2 inch there. 1/2 inch, and 2.5. And there's my mortise. Bingo. Now, woo. Alright, well there you go. Now I'll just have to cut the tenons. That's one. I got 3 more to do. What's up, everyone? Oh, there's a bug on me. Golly. What's going on? I haven't picked up the camera in days. So, what's going on? Well, as you just seen, was doing some mortise and tenon, and well, here it is. So it's all together now. Well, this part of it, anyways. So, I did 1.5 tenons, mortises and tenons, because I didn't want, if I did 2 inches, then these things, and I don't know if I'm doing that right or wrong, but these two would be hitting each other, and I didn't want them to be doing that because I wasn't sure then if I couldn't get something in all the way. So then what I did was, being this is a 4 inches and only 1.5 in, so I have 4-inch screws going straight through into this guy, holding this one in. And then I have screws going this way to lock it this way, because what I did was we built the front and the back first, and then we put these together. So we put these together with a strap, and then, so like for this guy, I've got 2 screws going right here, holding that in, holding that this way. And then I have screws going through the tenon here, and then I did screws down, a screw down through. And I did that for every corner. The same with here on the side braces. So I don't think it's going anywhere. Then I did my knee braces. Now these are not mortise and tenon. I was gonna do that, and I chickened out. I've never did the mortise and tenon on an angle like that, so I kind of chickened out on it, to be honest with you. And then, but I got my knee braces in, everything's square. Then I squared the whole system, and then I had this 4x4, which wasn't a very nice 4x4. Had a big check in it, you can see. So I just don't normally do this, but I had it, and I thought, well, I'm going to put these in. This will help it from racking. So I put these guys in, and then I have a center 2x4 now. So these guys they have a 4-inch screw. I use the screw to hold them up there, and then I put 16 pennies in to hold them in. And then this guy here, I have 2 8-inch spikes holding this guy in, and 2 down there. So I don't think that's going to go anywhere. My next step is I'm going to put the floor on. Well, there it is, everyone. There's the floor. I should have probably saved these for the back, although I do have, look at that thing. Holy smokes, it's about split in half the lengthways. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, so 1, 2, I get 3, I think. So what I get? 3 out of 1 of them? Yeah. So, yeah, I'll have enough to do the back. I'll use all those wide ones on the back so I don't have to use so many batten strips. But, yeah, there it is. There's the floor. So these boards have been, I don't know, 3 weeks. So they have been drying. So hopefully they don't shrink a whole ton. They'll shrink a little bit more, but I mean, whenever I did mine up there, they were off the mill onto the thing, and they shrunk a good bit. I have 1/4 inch gaps between them. These won't have that. So, yeah. Well, it's like 5 o'clock, and I've had enough. My bionic knee says it's time to go in. So, see you in the morning. All right. This is what I got done today. I didn't do any videotaping. I'm a slow carpenter. But I got the cross members up. So they have a 3-inch screw holding them in here in each end. And then I pre-drilled these about a 1/4 of the way through. And then I pounded these 8-inch spikes the whole way through. So they have that at every one of them. So I don't think they're going anywhere. And I think I did them at the top too. So they're not going anywhere. And then I did these. So this has got like a 10-inch overhang and I think a 6-inch on the back. So water runs off the back. It won't run down the back of the thing. And you can still, once I put another board on here, it'll be 11 inches. And then, so it'll be close to 12-inch overhang. You'll be able to get underneath here if it's raining to do that. So I did have to take these back off because of these 2x4s are hitting this 2x4, 2 inches up. So these were each one of these at the end, I can speak, right, were higher. So I had to cut this and to notch this out. That was a major mistake. Well, it's not a major mistake, but it just added 20-30 minutes. The fact that I had to take these off, thank God I put them on the screws. And then each one of these is screwed front and back with a 3-inch screw. And then I have hurricane straps. So that roof never coming off. It's good to go. And then I have so this will be man, freaking ducks are going nuts. This will be a pin, this will be a pin, and then this will be a pin. And they're basically, right there's the marks. They're 40 inches wide. And I think they're, actually, I think I screwed this up a little bit. Not to the bad, but I think I made my mixed calculations. So this thing is this is wider than the ones I built. This thing is 40 inches wide. So I miscalculated these dudes when I did this. That's why it's so damn wide. Whatever. Bonus for the customer. How about it, Julie? If you're watching this, you got a bigger one than normal. So, but doesn't seem like I got a lot done today. Number one, I didn't get started till 1 o'clock. Number two, I'm a slow carpenter. I have to be very deliberate in my measurements and my cuts. Measure 3-4 times, make sure I'm cutting it right, because if I start to get fast, I get sloppy and then things get all screwed up. Alright, well here we are. I busted out my highly accurate Warrior Sable Saw. And what I'm doing here is we're cutting 2-inch battens for the back. For the back of the rabbit hutch. So I've already got these cut to length. And we're just ripping them. Actually, this Harbor Freight Warrior saw does a pretty good job for what it is. I mean, you know, I think I paid $100 for it. So, yeah. It is loud though. Holy smokes, is it loud. But it does a pretty good job considering it's a $100 saw. So. And then I have no idea what I'm saying there. If I'm even talking, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I think I need about 8 or 10 of these, and then we'll get them put on the back. Alright, so what we got going on here is I'm putting up my battens with my brad nailer. So, and that's the easiest thing I've found to do is to brad nail these things up. And then you'll see me here in a second. I'll come back through here and I'm drilling holes top and bottom. And then I'm going to put nails in that are going into the 4x4s to hold them in. Because the brad nails will hold them in the center, but they, you know, I want to make sure that they are holding good. They're not going to try to, when they start to dry a little bit. All right. I am going to call it for today, but there's the back on with the battens. I got this fascia board on, which was a struggle, to be honest with you, because of the tension in these logs. So I could not get this thing to come up. You can see there's a rustic feature right there. It's rustic. And then the same thing with this board. I lined it up at that end, and it was out like an inch or better down here. So I ended up, took me like 20 minutes to get this damn board on. I had that big 2-inch tie down over the top, and I hooked on this corner, and I pulled until it got straight down there. Then I nail it, then pull some more and pull some more until I got it. So it's all nailed and screwed the whole way down. So it should be good. We should be good. So, and then I also did, I always usually do this last, but I did this time. This is much easier this way. Holy smokes. And trying to fit these boards like crawling up through here. So if I build another one, this is how I'll do it. So once I get close to the top, I'll just do them just like I did this. But yeah, so all that blocking's done. So now the rabbits can't jump out and nothing can come in. So cool. So I'll get the roof on tomorrow, or at least the boards on the roof. And then I'll start building the sides and the interior out. So, whew, all right. I'm going to go cover up my boards before the sun just turns them into leaf springs. And yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, I'm not sure where I left off. I didn't do any yesterday. It was Sunday. I didn't do anything yesterday, and I don't know that I videoed the day before. And honestly, I didn't video today because the wind has been howling. I've had to keep the straps on this tent. So there's what we got going on. You can see I got the ends in. I got the centers in, and I got them all closed up. I just got to strip the bottoms. Yeah. Strip the bottom. The outside. The end of this is done. This looks really nice, I think. I think I will batten this just so it matches the back. But this looks finished, man. I didn't do that on mine. So I think it looks good. So once I get this end done down here tomorrow, and basically the doors, then we're talking, I got to go mill all the shingles. So that's where I'm at. I'll bring you back tomorrow if the wind isn't howling. All right, everyone. So I did this off camera, but here's basically the finished product, other than I have to go mill the roof. I have to go mill all the shingles for the roof, and I have to preserve this. So I've got the 3 doors. Basically, these things are 40 by 40. It has the floor, the full floor. That's what they wanted. You can see I do have some shrinkage going on here, but that's all right. Nothing can fall through there. Maybe some poop. But I used the chicken wire for the ends and the middles. And then this is my, what do I call this? I don't know. That's the panel to put the waterer. So the waterer is not on your door. You're not moving the door. So technically you can put your waterer here. You could have, if they want to, they could put an outlet right here and then put one outlet right here. Just run an extension cord between them and then have an extension cord with an end on it right here just to plug in. And they could have, you could just plug you'd have it right here in the center. And then you would have 2 heated waterers because we're in Pennsylvania. It gets cold. So, but that's how I've done it. All right. So this is what I'm using. Woodrich brand timber oil. Here's the card that came with it. There's, you can call them, go on their website. This is just the clear. I paid with my money, so it's not a sponsored video, although I did ask them about being an affiliate or, maybe I do a sponsored video, but crickets, so I'm definitely not cool enough. My channel's not cool enough for them. So, all right. Well, so here, this is the first time using this Woodrich product. It's the Clear Advantage. Really nice people to talk to. I actually talked to the owner when I ordered this. So this is like I said, it's my first time using it, and I put it on with a brush, and that is not the way to do it. The stuff gets all over you. So it's kind of thin. The way to do this is to spray it on for sure. So the first coat I got here was definitely a mess, but all the subsequent stuff after this, I sprayed it on, and it works really nice. Looks nice, really makes this cherry look great. You'll be able to see that at the end when I get out from underneath this red tint. The color is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I really like this product. Maybe someday in the future they'll give me an affiliate link. Who knows? Never can tell. But yeah, I just like I said, it took probably I did 3 or 4 coats on this, and like I said, I'm super happy with it. Holy shnikes. I see ya. I know it's about time to go in for the night. Look at this, people. God dang it, this looks freaking amazing. This timber oil, this wood-rich timber oil, this is the clear advantage. It's kind of hard to tell underneath here, but damn, it looks good on this black cherry. Holy shit. This is freaking sweet. And I sealed that bark. I hope it stays because it looks cool up there. I mean, oh my God, what a change. Wow. Damn. It's not going to be cool whenever Carrie sees this because this one ain't staying.
A few moments later.
Didn't do anything yesterday. Just did chores and that's it. But I had ended up with, I don't know, close to 400 shingles, I think. I don't really know. Didn't count them. 300 plus anyways. So, and I've used a whole bunch. You can see right here. Can you see what I'm doing? So what I've been doing is I'm hitting them with the brad nailer just so they stay into place. And then I've been I bought inch, I don't know what those are, 1.5 or inch, yeah, it must be 1.5. Galvanized roofing nails. Damn it, they're not long enough. So I'm having to go back to my like little 6-penny 6Ds. I think that's what they are. Something like that. Yeah, they just aren't long enough. So, but that's what she's looking like. And that's what I've been doing all day. So I have been cutting, doing 90s with the saw to cut the ends, make them nice. And then I have them at different widths so they don't look completely uniform. So I'm liking that so far. It's really coming along. It's going to really look good once I get the roof treated. I just come up here to set the camera up to give you guys a good view. Turn around. Look, freaking deer right here. So I know it looks like it's really far away. That's 50 yards. I walked over to I walked clean out past the fence here. I just put the goats in. Just put the goats in because they were being a pain in the ass. And these jokers have come out. They're eating the grass. Don't give a shit. Crazy. All right, well, as you can see, I'm nailing these on. So what I am doing is, I don't know if you can see there, it's kind of a distant shot, but I hit them with the brad nailer, hold them in place, and then I did go back. Once I got above the 3rd row, I could start using my roofing nails again. So it was just that double first row, and then the third row is kind of jacked up in the air because the first 2 rows are double. But once I got above that, I could use the galvanized roofing nails. So, and then here you can see I have a 6-inch reveal. So I just mark it, draw a line, and just line my shingles up when I'm going across there on that line. So you never see that pencil mark up there. So, but yeah, that's what's going on. And it's really coming together now. The only thing I don't like is getting up and down the ladder 1,000 freaking times. Too old for that stuff. All right, it is officially done. Nothing else to do. So to give you a quick overview, it is 10 feet end to end, and that's like outside to outside of the 4x4s. All right, so the top of this bottom 4x4 down is 3 feet. The front legs are 6.5 feet. The back legs are 5.5 feet. So there's a 12-inch drop over 5 feet. The total roof is 62 inches. So yeah, so these 2x4s are 62 inches. They're 60 inches, I'm sorry. It's 62 when you add an inch board here and an inch board at the back. So it's got a double lock. Each door has double locks. Oh, that's a good tight one right there. Holy smokes. Ouch. There we go. All right, so each works out to 40-ish, 40 wide. Then I've got chicken wire on the ends and the separation. I've never had any problems with critters getting in my stuff, so I live in the middle of the woods. So I have all the, this stuff is stapled, and then got a board over it. And then I have a divider here, and I usually do this because I want the rabbits not, if they're laying here, I don't need them staring at the other rabbit, and if there's an issue, then they start fighting. They have to actually get up to fight. So, and it's blocked off at the top, all the way to the top. This is for airflow. I've got boards in here to block any kind of access from the rabbits getting out or a critter getting in. I have that in the front. These guys are all on here with hurricane straps, and then they're also screwed up through. Okay. Then I have this panel. This opening, I believe, is like, I don't know what it is. Let me see. Let me figure it out here. So each opening, hang on. So 34 inches, okay? But what I've done is the door, so I've made this guy here from the 2x4, so it's 10 inches. So this is 10 inches wide, and this is stationary, and what this is for your waterer. All right, so you can put your waterer on here. They're not going to be pushing on the door. Now, we don't put feeders through the door. We put our feeders inside. And I'll tell you that, hold on, that makes you open the door, pet your rabbit, hold your rabbits, makes them friendly. If you're in there messing with them, right? Every day. That's why we do it. So then I've got a waterer here and a waterer here. So technically, you can have because for us, we have to have heated waters. You can have 2 Rent-A-Coop right here, 1 outlet or 1 extension cord. All right, same thing here. Same thing here. Got knee braces. These are mortise and tenon. Then I've got a 4x4. You can't see it, but there's a 4x4 mortise and tenon this way. Then, up top here, we've got board and batten siding. I just put these boards on, so now you can't see like into the roof because of the side of the shingles being exposed. So there's what the roof looks like. That is got almost three coats of Woodrich Timber Oil Clear Advantage on it. I think it should be good. All right, the back is board and batten. It's got a 6-inch overhang, so the water comes off, it'll run down and run down on the ground. Some of the earlier ones I built, I did not leave an overhang, and the water just ran off onto the sides. So still knee braces on the back. Same thing here. I got this board. Kind of messed this measurement up, but it's all right. So yeah, here's the outside. You can't get jabbed by any kind of wire, and it's not going to pull out. It's got nails and boards and staples holding it in. But that's it. Like I said, it's 6.5 feet to the top of the 4x4 right here. So then you add another 4 inches. So it's almost 7 feet tall. It probably is 7 feet tall. I bet you. Hold on. So it is, so right to the edge from the ground, it is 7 feet 3 inches tall with the overhang. So it's 7 feet 3 inches tall on the overhang. And I've got 1-inch hinges. We've got handles. This seems to work the best for me. I really not really found anything. I used like the gate locks before, like the barrel locks. I didn't really like them. So all this stuff is stapled like multiple times, not with just a hand stapler, that's with an air stapler. So there she is, and it's 40 inches deep. Did I say that? 40 inches deep. From front to back. These boards, these floorboards, and you can see I have got a wood floor. I gave them the option of if they wanted wire or wood. And you can see these here shrunk a little bit since I put them on. But yeah, so they went with the wood. We go with wood now too, just because we have Flemish giants. And then you have to go and buy pads for them to sit on. So, but that's how she is. So what we do to clean this is we put hay or mulch of some sort, like pine shavings or even sawdust from the sawmill in here. Then like every 2 weeks we just clean it out and we spray everything down with chlorhexidine. It's like a teat dip, kills bacteria and all that good stuff. So yeah, but these boards were 40 inches. So it's 40 inches deep, almost 40 inches wide. It's huge. Really big. Really big. So it's pretty awesome. All right, guys, girls, ladies, rabbit fans. If you're interested in doing something like this, you can message me or whatever. You can email us at Appalachian Farmstead at Gmail, and I can give you some more details. I actually sell these on Marketplace. That's where this one's going. So yeah, this one's really turned out nice, and I appreciate you watching. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but man, these things will last forever. And I don't know if I know I said earlier in the video, I think maybe I didn't, I don't know. But before I put the shingles on, I had 250 board feet of lumber in this. So if you calculate that out, the wet cherry, green cherry, that was 930 pounds. Now it's not totally wet, but let's just say 900 pounds. And I know I added 50 pounds to the roof. So let's just round this bad boy off at 1,000 pounds. So this thing weighs 1,000 pounds. Now I realize that might be a problem for some people. You're going to have a tractor to move it, and one that's got a little bit of ass. So, but yeah, 1,000 pounds. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I kind of like the live edge going across the top. I don't know if that'll stay on there. It's got timber oil on it, so it might, but I think it looks really good. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. So you're going to be able to... All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll catch you on the next one.